Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 272. The first setup of the day was submitted by Daniel. That's like kind of an eyesore that you can't do too much about. But as far as the first photo, you did a great job here making it look extremely clean. We're not seeing cables overflowing. So yeah, down below we're seeing it, but that's fine because it's out of sight, out of mind, and I like it. One thing I'm not a big fan of is necessarily how the speakers are kind of shoved in there. They're so damn small. I don't know if they even need to go like on their side. You know what I mean?
No, they probably would fit standing up.
Yeah, and I think they should just be off to the side. Like the pop vinyls, it's in a good spot. Right wool definitely needs to be utilized.
I think it'd be a little cool because he has a lot of LEDs flowing through the setup. What if you got something to, like, you know, go around the posters?
Ooh.
Like, that'd be cool with the same
Make them look
LED
like
color.
three-dimensional a little.
Yeah, like, you know, something a little different, you know, different from what the usual
Or
is.
even something like we have right up above us, track lighting,
Oh, there we
just
go.
to shine down onto the poster.
Yeah.
Daniel scored an 84. The next setup was submitted by Max. My biggest complaint is looking at the mouse pad, the peripherals, the lighting there. It just clashes against what you're trying to tell. You know, you're saying here that it's all about Batman, and then you have red, and you have the blue, and you have the green, and you have the a little bit of orange, which actually kind of works. I think the monitor arrangement is not great either. I think that you should just stick with the bigger one for now and call it a day. I don't know if you want to go for black and yellow, because then I look above and you have a black and white print poster thing, and then you have just the black bat symbol, and then you have just white light behind it, and then you have a purple wall, and you have the American flag. Max scored a 74. The next setup was submitted by Annie. Too many people would look at this setup and they'd say, what a great setup. No, your cables are an absolute nightmare. No attempt. You have the Bacant, which, as you can kind of see, has that netting built underneath. So why is it that 95% of your cables are chilling? You know, the plant's ugly as hell. The headphones, at least for the photo, put them somewhere else. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's just common sense. But really, I mean, theme is a missed opportunity, and it sucks because you have such nice walls. You have really nice molding. You have the white furniture with the contrast, and it's really cool. But then you have a wrinkled ass Asus whatever event poster thingy in the top left.
Yeah.
That's just chilling there. Not even centered, not even framed, not even wrinkle free or anything. Just up there. It just looks half-ass. Auntie scored a 62. The next setup of the day was submitted by Alex. He wants to know if it would be a good idea to get an L-shaped desk. What? So you're telling me that you did all of this, right? He built like this whole thing. You know, he's got a custom desk, his custom red tabletop and all that, and he's now wondering if he should not do that. You're going to want to do an L-shaped desk, and based on where your monitors are at right now, you are most likely going to cover the entire PC. But really, I mean, I'm being hard, I'm being a dick, only because, I mean, look what you did. It's pretty badass. I just think that personally I could never use a setup like this. Alex scored an 86. The next setup was submitted by Holly. So this is what it looked like. Take a mental snapshot, be like, what is going on here, dude? And then go to the next photo where you're like, oh,
that's where it is. Okay.
Maybe I would have put the headphones over to that side more, just because of what this next critique is. In the second photo, the monitor's not touching. For my mind, it would drive me insane. Now, would you agree with that? Or
I could see how, I'm trying to think of ways that she's using it because she's a graphic designer, so maybe she has like her little, like, I don't know, like a template or whatever off to the left, and she just looks at that as like reference every single time she's working on the main monitor. I don't think it's the end of the world because it's probably personal preference. She probably likes it that way.
Yeah, she has it on the arm.
Yeah, otherwise she wouldn't have set up like that. So I mean, yeah, there's, you know, reasons for your placement, but there's reasons for her placement too.
Holly scored an 82. The next setup was submitted by Chris. The cables, they're pretty easy to see behind the monitor. You can kind of just see them. I think my main thing is where the PC is and where the subwoofer is. Maybe the subwoofer is used as a footrest, but as far as the PC, definitely have it angled into the back corner a little bit more because that's just taking up valuable real estate for your feet. You look at the third photo, I think theme is decent. Maybe a lot of stuff going on the shelf above, but I think the weirdest part for me is where the TV is.
Yeah.
Like, what can you explain what your opinion would be on like how that's used?
I don't know. Honestly, don't. Usually I try to make excuses, but like laying in your bed, I don't know how you even look at it. The only way it would be like normal is if it can come out, but I don't think it comes out. Chris
scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Elliot. He was on episode 222, and the only question he has is what do you miss from his old setup so he can incorporate it into the new one. He's painted the wall. He's got 3 nice pieces of artwork there. The actual desktop is just way more clean. clean because he got rid of all of those little plants that are absolutely retarded. You know, he got rid of the little Darth Vader Stormtrooper, which is okay because he kind of cut Star Wars out of his setup. So it makes sense. I would get an actual headphone stand. I think those are just kind of like free floating, just having a good old time.
Cool, but
yeah, it looks cool.
Probably won't stand up for long.
What the room looks like. We got the bed over here. We got the couch. We can see just how nice this wall is in terms of being dedicated to his setup. And now he's at this point where he has the perfect sexy display, front and center, easy to use. His speakers are nice. He even has speakers high up above now for rear, which is nice because they're not like all the way in the back of his room where he was taking the far back photo. They're there so they kind of actually give him some of that surround sound feel. Elliot scored a 95. The final setup of the day was submitted by Kevin. The top photo looks so good, right? The cable management's like, nice, dude. His speakers and his peripherals, you know, just great job. And then you go to the next photo and you're like, yeah, that's where it is. We see some circles, you know, the cable forming circles and this, that, and the other. So obviously he's put some time into it. We see the sleeve coming from the PC. We see the little tacks for his headphone cable and all that fun stuff. So they're different sizes, and then that's kind of what makes it look cool and unique. But there's also some that are all the same size. The reason they're 3 pieces is because traditionally you're supposed to space them out. Would you want to have Deadpool under all 3 monitors? It's the same thing.
That's true. And you know what? He could easily represent each wall screen. Deadpool, Batman in the middle, and then Spider-Man on the right.
Kevin scored an 89. Elliot walked away with first place with a 95. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 272.